does your typical day look like? So you wake up late, you scroll TikTok, you watch adult content, you eat garbage. You feel free, but you're more lost than ever. Degeneracy is a trap, and it's killing your potential. This is not a religious rant in any way, shape, or form. This is more so about energy, clarity, and discipline. There's common forms of degenerate habits in today's society, right? And these are touching yourself / adult content, the addiction there, which I've went into in a previous video, mindless scrolling, hookup culture, junk food, alcohol. All of these have one thing in common, and that's instant gratification, short-term pleasures. And these are self-destructing in the long term, right? And it's very interesting. So these habits, or the degeneracy in the short term feels great. But long term, it's going to ruin you over time, right? It's quite obvious that it will. And there are many downsides, like the cost of degeneracy. It can be physical, which means that you have constant brain fog, low testosterone levels, you gain fat, you've no drive, you've absolutely no ambition or no drive to improve yourself, to make your situation better, or to achieve things. Low testosterone, that's a symptom of it as well. And the brain fog stops you from doing anything that you may or may not want to do, right? Then there's a mental cost, which there's shame, self-shame, there's anxiety, and it'll lead you to having a low self-worth, right? So it'll impact on your mental health and your physical health by being stuck in your head, criticizing yourself constantly. And then there's the spiritual side, where you have no meaning in your, no purpose, and you're just feeling empty inside, like you're not achieving anything, which you're not, to be honest with you. Like, these can be a cause of degeneracy, or these can be the reason for degeneracy, or it can be a mix of both. You understand me? So it's very interesting, right? Because you're not enjoying life, you're escaping it. And it's very interesting. Don't mind the fucking glare from that. But one thing is, as I said, you're either escaping, so you're using it as an escape because you already feel that way, or you've found yourself in the loop of doing that, and that is the consequence of it, right? So you're genuinely not enjoying your life. You're just escaping your life, which is not great at all, to be honest, right? So then we have the cycle. So you have the bad habit, you have the guilt of that bad habit, you have the emptiness, the numbing of your soul, and then you start another bad habit, or you go deeper into this bad habit, right? And it's frying your dopamine receptors, and your system is all messed up, right? So this instant gratification becomes your master. It's controlling you. And when something is controlling you, you're not in full control of life. you're not choosing anymore. You're just reacting to situations, when the best possible outcome for you is to adapt but be in control and don't be reactive in life. But this is what this is causing you to do, is to just react. And it's a dangerous cycle to get into, which a lot of people have gotten into. But it's very interesting, right? So there's different ways that you can break free from this, right? So you can go cold turkey, or you can gradually weave yourself off the stuff that traps you. So you can replace your adult entertainment, your scrolling, your casual sex, and your junk food. You can replace all that with the gym, breath work, deep work, meaningful relationships, and your other habits, right? So we've spoken about the gym in many other videos. Strength training, strength and conditioning. Deep work, obviously just find something you're passionate about, or try and monetize a hobby that you have. Breath work, obviously self-explanatory. We'll do a deep rundown of what breath work is in another video anyway. But basically, right? But in essence, breathwork encompasses various conscious breathing practices which are designed to influence your mental, emotional, and physical state. So you're intentionally regulating breathing patterns, and the goal of it is relaxation, reducing stress, and improving your overall well-being, right? Obviously, I shouldn't have to get into this as well, but it's kind of obvious, right, that you should be looking for meaningful relationships with people rather than casual relationships. Like, there's endorphins that are released, right? And oxytocin is released, and it's a bonding chemical when you have casual sex. And it's a bonding chemical. So it's slowly destroying your soul when you engage in casual sex, right? So obviously, the priority there should be meaningful relationships. Don't settle down unless you see yourself marrying that person. You understand? And yeah, that might take a while to vet a person. Might also mean, you know, not exactly dating them right away, but having them as a friend, just seeing what they're like, and then maybe upgrading it at a later stage. Or for proper people, it's take them on a few dates, gauge the vibe, slowly start to figure out their mentality, start to figure out who they are as a person, whether they align with your values, whether they live up to your standards, and then from there, obviously, progress it. But casual sex, just don't engage in it. It's one of the worst things you can do. That alongside adult entertainment, right? So then, from there, we've already distinguished the habits and stuff that you should start doing, replacing these vices with good, better stuff. So now, what will these habits do? They will fill your day with purpose, because degeneracy thrives in boredom. So once your day is filled with purpose, It'll build discipline through a routine. And then you won't be in the headspace, or you won't be in the vibe of, okay, I'm bored, I'm going to turn to a vice to make myself feel better in this moment, right? Then you need to surround yourself with high standard men, whether that be online or in person, preferably in person. And you have to change your identity. So you have to identify as someone who doesn't do them habits. But keep reminding yourself, I'm not that guy. I don't do that. You understand me? Like, sometimes it can be very, very hard. Like, I have very strong values, morals, beliefs. And even when I need to change them, I'm not going to change them. Because I'd rather be able to live with myself over sticking to who I genuinely am as a person. I'm not going to change for anybody. Like, there's parts of myself I can improve, yes. But I am not going to go back on my values, my morals, my beliefs, just to make someone else feel happy. Right? But that's a different discussion for a different day. But that's how you should adapt that into that, by saying, I'm not that person. And make yourself into someone who's not that person. And those habits, those should turn you into that person. And then the habits I gave you yesterday to do, it all works together, right? So, to wrap this up, degeneracy steals your power and gives you nothing in return, right? So start now, cut out one thing and replace it with something better. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to take the first step. But it's about gradually stepping into the right direction. Now, with me, in my self-improvement, at the very, very start, I went hard on it straight away, changed everything. But if you can try it that way, if it's going to work for you, but slow, gradual progress over time also works. And that's how you stay consistent. And you'll end up beating a lot more people doing it anyway. So, because as we've said in yesterday's video, people tend to fall off, hop back on, fall off, hop back on. When there's other people who have just stayed consistent over time, and they're the people who are winning. So, just remember, the only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. Mwah.